So if you're new to Webflow, we understand the pricing and plans can be a bit confusing. Don't worry, we are about to simply break down the pricing and plans and help you better understand which pricing and what plan might be best for you. So this is a very common question, I think, because a lot of the B2B companies that are coming off other platforms that they're used to, maybe it's WordPress or headless CMS, they might be used to development platforms and then hosting platforms, when Webflow is a development platform and also offers its own host. So, all right, we're gonna jump straight over to Webflow's pricing page. So first off, you can see here that there are two tabs. There are site plans and there are workspace plans. So I think this is where people mostly get confused. Basically, site plans are hosting plans for individual websites. Workspace plans are for individuals or teams to use the Webflow as a platform. So to say that again, site plans are hosting plans to build, publish, and host websites with ease, as it says here. And workspace plans are for individuals or teams collaborating on a single account to build or edit multiple websites at a time. So first off, I'm going to be going over site plans, and this is going to be billed yearly. You can see that there are 5 plans. First is the starter plan. This is free. This is going to be a very limited plan, but it allows you to host websites on their staging link. So it's going to have webflow.io at the end. And these are going to be very static, only 2-page websites with a limited number of 50 CMS items. And this is just a great way to practice Webflow. You can get a free workspace account and then launch free staging links with this plan. But if you're going to be using it for actual websites, this is not going to be a scalable solution. It's just a very limited plan to kind of play around with the platform. So next is the basic plan at $14 a month. I'm not going to go over this one a lot because we actually don't use this at all. After building over 100 Webflow websites, this plan is just not used a lot because it's only for static websites. You can see that it has 0 CMS items. It allows up to 150 pages, but if you are using Webflow correctly, you are going to be using the CMS capabilities, which are super powerful and super awesome. So if you are not just building static websites in Webflow, you are definitely going to want to look at the CMS plan. So the CMS plan comes in at $23 a month, and this is an awesome plan. So we use this plan for most of our websites. We've actually used it for larger companies, but it also works for smaller companies as well. So this plan allows up to 150 pages, but also allows up to 2,000 CMS items, and then also says up to 1,000 form submissions. So keep in mind that is Webflow forms. So if you're using a marketing or sales platform like HubSpot, you are going to probably be wanting to integrate HubSpot's forms. So you won't be using those forms, so that number doesn't really matter. So they have a bunch of other great features here too. The only other thing you're going to want to be mindful of is if you have a ton of traffic, it only allows up to 250,000 people on your site a month, which is a lot, but for some people may not be as much as you want. So we usually recommend starting with the CMS plan, and if you're running into limitations there, then moving up and upgrading to the business plan, which isn't a whole lot more. It's only $39 a month. So this is for larger websites, and we've had large companies go on the business plan and not have to go up to enterprise as well. So this is for up to 150 pages. And then the big thing here is up to 10,000 CMS items. It does have more form submissions, and then it does allow more content editors on the website and also a bit more search traffic. So if you are running into limitations in the business plan, you may want to look into the enterprise plan. So this is going to allow unlimited amount of people on your website, and it's going to come with a bunch of other security features as well. So if you have very strict security protocols for your website, if you need to be HIPAA compliant, things like that, you may need to look into enterprise as well for your hosting plan. So next we're going to go over the workspace plan. So they have an additional tab here too. So first one is the in-house teams. Then they also have freelancers and agencies. I'll go over both very quickly. I'm going to do a deeper dive on the in-house teams because the freelancer and agency plans are actually very similar. It just depends on how you plan on using your Webflow account. If you're an in-house team, if you're a business, if you're an individual, and you're not planning on building a website for other people, then you're going to want to be on the in-house. If you're going to be building websites for other businesses, then you're going to want to be on the freelancer and agency plans. So you can see that there are 4 plans here. So we'll start with the starter plan, which is free. So this plan is great if you're an individual. Now there are a ton of people that just stay on the starter plan because this gives you access to the Webflow platform. And if you're building websites and paying for a hosting plan, it allows you to use the Webflow as a platform as an individual. And if you're paying for the hosting plan, you can have more CMS items, you can have a higher page count, You are going to be limited while you are building the website, so you're going to have to upgrade the hosting maybe while you're still developing the website, but it does allow you to access the Webflow platform for free. So next is the core plan, coming at $19 a month. This allows up to 3 users, and it is going to allow you to build more robust staging websites before you have to pay for a hosting plan. So it allows up to 150 pages and 50 CMS items while you're using those staging links and not paying for a hosting plan, which will allow for more capabilities there. And it does allow you to set roles and permissions for the designer and edit mode. So it does allow up to 10 free commenters as well. So think of that like Figma commenters, so people can comment on the website, and those changes can be implemented by the users that have access to the website platform. So moving on to grow, the biggest differentiation here is the 9 users and also the unlimited Webflow staging sites. Other than that, it's very similar. So basically this is just for larger teams. Very similar functionalities, just allows more users into your workspace. So fourth is enterprise. So this is if you have a very large marketing team. Keep in mind that we've kept very large teams still on the growth plan. Just depends on how their marketing teams are actually using these workspaces. If there is only really limited number of people actually going into the website, making structural changes that need more access than just the content editing access that Webflow gives, but they're actually doing website development all at the same time, then you may want to look at an enterprise workspace plan. So lastly, we'll go over the freelancers and agency plan. So like I said, these plans are very similar to the in-house teams, just depends on if you're going to be building websites for other people. The only things I'll really call out here, it does allow free guest access to the client workspace. So basically your clients aren't having to pay an additional user if you're going to be in their workspace because you're signed up under a freelancer or agency plan. You can be added to their workspace for free. The only other biggest call out is going to be the full CMS access. So if you're building a lot of websites, you're needing to build out the whole website in your workspace before maybe you transfer over to your client's workspace. This is going to allow unlimited access to your CMS. So you're not going to run into that limitation of 50 or 150 CMS items. So that was my very quick breakdown of Webflow pricing. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks for watching.